Now, everybody, there are going to be plenty of opportunities for you to really be given the math that you're supposed to be doing. And when it comes to statistics and probability, they give you the math words. So I'm talking words like probability, I'm talking words like average or mean, median, mode, range. Those key words really give away the math that you're going to be working with. And so let me go ahead and just highlight that for you here. Probability. And when it comes to probability, everybody, is it true that when it comes to probability, you're always told what you want in terms of the chances that you're looking for? Hey, right on, Olivia. So is it true that when it comes to probability, they'll tell you the event that you want? Yeah, they'll tell you. Yeah, so they'll say, hey, what's the they're not just going to say, what's the probability? They have to say, what's the probability of blank happening? They have to tell you what you're trying to find with probability. Hey, really quick before we continue, if you're watching this, you've likely have already been to one of my classes. And if you haven't been to one of my classes, remember to check that schedule. The link is right up there and in the description of this video. That way you can understand when my free classes are and my Access Program classes are. That way you can keep raising your score, knowing what topics we're doing, and get the job you want. So again, click there or in the description to see when the classes are and join one for free. I'll see you there, my party people. Let's get back to the action. So here they tell you what's the probability of selecting a number that is not prime. Boom. Selecting a number that is not prime. Now, let's go ahead and really gear our heads toward what we're supposed to be thinking when it comes to these pure math words like probability. Everybody, question. When it comes to geometry word problems, if they say, what's the area? What's the perimeter? What's the volume? What's the surface area? What's the circumference? What's whatever? Anytime you hear those pure math words, what is that F word that you instantly need to think of? Formulas. Yeah, you ask what shape, because that's going to give you the formula. Great job, Damien. And so the end point here is the word formula. The same thing goes when it comes to statistics and probability. When we say, what's the probability of this happening? You have got to bring about that formula. Who here knows what the formula is for probability? It's a very simple one. It's a fraction. It's something divided by something else. But what's the formula for probability? For simple probability? Who knows? Result divided by all. Close. I mean, you're pretty much spot on there. But if we're going to write this a little more formally, it's going to be like this. So let me go ahead and write this out for you. Probability equals what you want divided by the total possibilities. Total or all possibilities. So here's what that means. Basically, if we take a look at the question itself, the information, they say, hey, you're picking a random number between 2 and 9 inclusive. If you don't know what inclusive means, all that means is that you're saying you're including the number 2 and including the number 9 in that list of numbers. If they said exclusive, that means that you would not count 2 or 9. It would only be 3 through 8. So I want to make sure that that makes sense to y'all. But again, the word inclusive is just being specific that you're including the endpoints. So right over here, that's what that means. But you're picking a random number between 2 and 9. Everyone, how many total numbers is that? If you're counting from 2 to 9, how many numbers is that? How many numbers are there between 2 and 9, including 2 and 9? Let's see who knows. And again, put the answer that you believe is correct. Okay, yep, the answer is going to be 8. A lot of people might have the inclination or the hunch to just subtract 9 and 2, and you'll see that there's 7 numbers. Not actually how that works, because you're not counting the number that you started with. So let me show you what that means here. So right here we have again, total or all possibilities. That's going to be the numbers, again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's just go ahead and do some simple counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 total numbers. So again, this is 8 numbers. And so that's what the total is going to be. So my probability is going to equal a fraction. And on the bottom, we're going to have 8 total possibilities. Because there's 8 different numbers that you can choose from. From 2 to 9, it's 8 different numbers. Before I continue, does that make sense? And yeah, that's right, Krishan, you start from 2. Exactly. So you go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, that total number, that's just counting, again, all the total possibility, everything that's possible, how many of these are there? Now, here's what's going to be a slightly trickier part of the problem, but it's not going to be anything you can't handle. Everybody, what kind of a number are we trying to choose? What kind of a number are we trying to choose? Right, we're trying to choose a non-prime number. Let me go ahead and highlight that in green. A number that is not prime. Right there. Not prime. Okay. Let's define what a prime number is again. Everyone, what's a prime number again? Not exactly, not a whole number, not an even number, not an uneven number. A prime number is a number that can only be divided by 1 and itself. So it's only divisible by 1 and itself. So let me just highlight that for you there. Divisible by 1 and itself. So let's go ahead and go through this list of numbers and let's point out which one of these are not prime. That way we'll know what to put in that fraction. So here we go. Let's ask ourselves, everybody, is 2 a prime number? Is 2 a prime number? Yes, 2 is a prime number. 2 is only divisible by 1 and 2. So 1 in itself. So that's a prime number, but everybody, we are looking for the ones that are not prime. So remember, we want not prime, which means it has more factors than just 1 in itself. Let me just write that down for you. Oops. There we go. And so, whether this is your first or 50th YouTube video of mine, it doesn't matter. Why don't you join me for a live class? That way you can ask questions, raise your score, and get the job you want for free. Again, I host classes once a week on Zoom, typically on Mondays. So go ahead and click the link up there or down here somewhere, register for free, and you get my free practice test that has video solutions so you can learn from every mistake. That's what it's all about here, my party people. I want to help you succeed, so don't hesitate. Sign up for free, and then let's get back to this problem here. Let's keep raising our scores. So, yep, exactly. We can cross 2 off the list. 2 would not work. Let's go ahead and go over to 3. Is 3 a prime number, everybody? What are the factors of 3? 1 times 3. That's it. 3 is prime. 3 is prime. So what we have here, 2 is prime. 3 is prime. Let's look at 4. Everybody, is 4 a prime number? Hit me. Yeah, it's not prime. 4 is not prime because 4 is divisible by 1 and 4, and then also 2 times 2. So there are more factors than just 1 in itself, so this would not be prime. So boom, we'll call that right there. Next up, what do we have? 5. Everybody, is 5 a prime number? Yeah, so again, right here, Olivia, I got you. So a prime number is a number that's only divisible by 1 in itself. So 2 is prime because 1 times 2 is 2, and that's all you can use. 3 is prime because 1 times 3 is 3, and nothing else. 4 is not prime because you have 1 times 4, but 2 times 2 as well. So that's not prime. 5 is going to be prime because 5 is just 1 times 5. There's nothing else that multiplies to 5. You take a look at 6. 6 is not going to be prime because you have 1 times 6 and you have 2 times 3. So because of that, that'll fit into the box right here. Next up, 7. 7 is going to be prime because the only numbers that multiply to 7 are 1 times 7. So that's going to be prime. Then you have 8. That's not going to be prime because you have 1 times 8 and you also have 2 times 4. Not going to be prime. And then lastly, we have 9. 9 is not prime because you have 1 times 9 and you have 3 times 3. And so therefore, boom. These are the list of numbers, like this is the list of numbers that would give you non-prime numbers. Because remember, what we're looking for, a number that is not prime. So here's the list of primes, right there. Here's the list of not primes. This is the list that we want. Everybody, how many of these numbers are in this list that are not prime? 4, exactly. So boom, we'll go ahead and plug 4 in there. And so the probability of selecting a non-prime number from that list is 4 over 8. Now we have one little issue here. I got 4 out of 8. I know that's correct, but my answer choices, none of them say 4 out of 8. What do I got to do? Right, I got to reduce. I got to simplify. And at that point, once I'm done simplifying, A-okay. So everyone, when I look at 4 over 8 right over here, what are 4 and 8 both divisible by? Both divisible by 4, exactly. And so what we're going to do here, divide by 4, top and bottom, and we will get 1 over 2. And that's what makes the answer here, B, 1/2. My party people, as always, thanks for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That way you can see all the updates that we come out with so you can keep improving. So don't wait, subscribe now, and then while you wait for the next video, look here or there to see a related video that's going to help you improve even more. Let's keep raising that score, and let's get the job we want. I'll see you soon.